What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogreboy, and I'm going to be doing my Q&A for January 2021. A couple years ago I had been doing Q&As where I'll try to do one a month, and I thought I'd bring those back this year. And so what I'm planning on doing is doing my Q&A on the last Friday of each month and everything. So this one is going to be for January. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've got 52 questions altogether, so this video could be a little bit long. I'm going to try to keep my answers short and stuff, but there's some really good questions and everything. So starting out, first is from Bethany is having car trouble. Her question is opinion on Tyler Blevins. I really don't know, because to be honest, I'm not really sure who Tyler Blevins is. I know I've heard the name and everything, but I don't really know anything about him, and I don't even really know what he does or anything, so I can't really say for sure on that. Next is We Are TNA. It said, why can't I get a wife? I've been asking myself the same question for years, man. If I can't answer about myself, I don't think I can answer for you. I'm sorry. Next is Daryl Flagibris. I hope I said your name right. Is favorite recommendation I've ever received. I don't know. I think my favorite recommendations are like when people ask me to review movies that they make, like film students and stuff, and everything, because I love doing movie reviews for people who are just starting out and everything, because you get to really see the passion they put into their movies and everything. So yeah, I'd say my favorite recommendations are those type of reviews. Next one is from TT Payne. Favorite YouTuber to watch in your free time? I actually have a lot. A lot of them are like my buddies from the Horror Enthusiasts 101 group on Facebook. Derek from Derek's Horror Corner, Esley from Entertainment Fanatic Reviews, Lee from Lebo Man, Desmond's Flicks, Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, and there's a lot of other ones. I mean, there are a lot. And as far as like big name ones, I like Adam Does Movies, Sean Chandler Talks About, Cody Leach Drum Dums. I like both of them, and I don't watch them near as much as I used to, because I've been watching so many of my friends' videos, but I like all of them. And here recently, over the last few days, I've been watching Ask a Mortician, which is really interesting stuff, like about what happens with bodies and stuff when they're taken to the morgue and stuff, and the lady who does it is a mortician, and it's entertaining if you're into that kind of stuff. But yeah, so there's a lot that I like to watch and everything. Next is from Kenny Havoc. He said, what do you do for work in terms of like what sort of thing do you do? I'm a stalker at Dollar General. I just stock the stuff like that comes in from the truck, like the food and the chemical stuff and stuff like that. Next one is from Quavo. Have you ever been to a concert? I actually have been to a few, not a lot. Now most of them have been like free concerts. I went to Josh Turner, and I got to go to see Crystal Gale, and the first concert I ever went to was Gaither Homecoming Christmas, where like a bunch of the people from Bill and Gloria Gaither's homecoming friends and stuff were there singing Christmas songs. It was a lot of fun. Next is from Insanity Killer. Put top 5 movies you take with you on a deserted island. See, that's a tough one. I know The Wizard of Oz, Jaws, Castaway, because why not? Shrek, and say Stand By Me. I don't know if those would be ones I would for sure pick, but there are ones that just came off on the top of my head. Next is from Soup, Best Kind of Soup. My favorite kind of soup is mushroom soup, but I also like taco soup and tomato soup, and yeah, really those are my main favorite kind of soups. Next one is So Woo 9, movie that you'll never watch again. I'm trying to think. I know there are going to be movies like that, but I probably would have to say the Peach Dragon remake from 2016. I just really didn't like that movie. I absolutely love the original movie, and that one just I really didn't enjoy it. So I'd probably say Peach Dragon 2016. Although it's hard to say that I'd never watch it again, because if someone asked me to review it, I'd probably rewatch it to review it. But that's the only movie that I can think of that I'm not planning on ever watching again anyway. Next is Night Laser. Have you ever done anything with making or writing movies? No, I wouldn't mind trying to do that eventually, but I know I'd probably need like a co-writer or something, because I know I wouldn't really fully know what I'm doing. I'd be interested in doing it sometime, maybe eventually. Alpin Ever is the next one. Any other kind of content you're looking to attempt other than movie reviews, or are you focusing on just that? I'm open to trying other things. I've thought about doing like videos where I go to like parks I used to go to as a kid, or like or places that I used to go to, not necessarily just parks. Maybe do that. Maybe do more stuff talking about music and stuff, because I do like music quite a bit, and I like to read quite a bit, although I don't read near as much as I used to. But I'm open to other stuff. If you have any suggestions, you can let me know in the comments. Next is Extra Crispy Darnell Flagiberius. I'm sorry, I know I probably butchered your name again. Favorite kind of coffee? I like just regular coffee. I like putting A1 sauce in it. It tastes really, really good. I know it sounds disgusting, but I love like regular coffee with A1 sauce. But as far as like cappuccinos or whatever, I like French vanilla quite a bit. That's usually, if I get a coffee, that's usually the kind I get, is a French vanilla. Nitro Eric. Least favorite part of being a YouTuber? I guess like maybe working really hard sometimes on some videos and then not getting very many views kind of makes it hard. But I mean, really, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love doing it and everything. It's a lot of fun and everything. It kind of just it helps pass time and everything. So I really enjoy being a YouTuber. There's not really a lot about it that I don't like. I do wish maybe I could get more views and stuff, and I'm really trying hard to make the channel better and stuff. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot to complain about. Like I said, I'm grateful to all the subscribers and stuff that I do have and everything, and I just enjoy it. It's fun to do. Next is Danny Trejo. Favorite sport? I'm not a huge sports person. I like bowling. That's really the only sport that I really like to play, although I haven't been bowling in I don't even know how long, probably about 10 years. I like baseball a little bit. I watch it every once in a while, and I used to love wrestling, but I kind of grew out of that. I watch it every once in a blue moon. It just isn't the same. But I'm not really hugely into sports, but if I did have to say any, though, it would be baseball. Next is Zeef Zoof, top 5 superhero movies. Let's see, I had that list wrote down here a while back. I had a list of top 10 favorite superhero movies that I was thinking about doing. I'll just name the ones off the top of my head that I can think of, and it may not be my final list if I do a top 10 superhero list, but one for sure, though, is number 1 is for sure Spider-Man 2. 2 would be Logan. 3, Avengers Endgame. 4, Batman vs. Superman. And 5, I'd probably say The Incredibles. Or Incredibles 2, because I actually like Incredibles 2 a little bit more than Incredibles 1. Next is Insanity Killer. Do you think Connor's fierce Kenny? I'm not really sure. I don't really know who Connor and Kenny are, to be honest, so I can't really say. I think they're, correct me if I'm wrong, are they UFC fighters? Because if they are, I just don't really know much about them, so I can't really say. Next is from Baba Booey, favorite fast food restaurant, McDonald's. Bobo Don, if you had to remove fast food restaurant, which would you pick? Well, even though it's not my least favorite, I actually enjoy eating there, but the way they treat their employees and stuff, I would say Burger King. Amanda Lomer, favorite kind of pasta? I like goulash quite a bit. If that is a pasta, I think it is. I love goulash, and I'm not really big on spaghetti. I'll eat it once in a while. If it's my sister's spaghetti that I ate at Christmas last year, I love that spaghetti. She made the best spaghetti I've ever made. I mean, ever tasted, I mean. Next is Erica Boob's favorite rapper. Probably Tupac. I like Notorious and Eminem quite a bit too, but I'd probably go with Tupac. Rancid Randy, best salad dressing. I don't know. I don't really eat salad dressing very often. I guess if, although sometimes I just like regular Hidden Valley Ranch, the original kind. I use that sometimes if I'm eating celery or broccoli or something. So I guess I'd have to say that. Land of the Living. What is your favorite movie in black and white? Probably It's a Wonderful Life. Also love the original version of Miracle on 34th Street. So both of those, but if I had to choose one over the other, I'd go with It's a Wonderful Life. Adam Mincer. Favorite school subject? Well, when I was in, I always liked world history quite a bit and everything, but like the subject I was really good at and always really enjoyed, I think the most was English and like literature and stuff like that. Another one from T.T. Payne. Favorite actress? I'd probably go with Reese Witherspoon. I also like Sandra Bullock quite a bit and Scarlett Johansson, but I think my favorite actress though is Reese Witherspoon. Arthur Driftwood, favorite carbonated drink? You mean like soda? I think that's what carbonated drinks are. If you're talking about like soda, it would be Diet Dr. Pepper. That's really the main kind I drink. I like other diet pops like Diet Mountain Dew and sometimes Diet Coke occasionally, but my go-to one is Diet Dr. Pepper. That's the one I usually always get if they have it at the store. Randy Elbert, favorite streamer? The only person I really watch that does live streams and stuff are like my friends from the horror enthusiast group. The one that does them the most is Derek from Derek's Horror Corner, and he has his friends and stuff on there sometimes. I've been on there a couple times. I always enjoy watching his live streams. Next is No Imitations, Tasty Drink Suggestions, Diet Dr. Pepper. I love Diet Dr. Pepper. I also love chocolate milk and strawberry milk and regular milk. And talking about alcoholic stuff, I don't really know. I don't really drink alcohol a lot because of my diabetes. Next is Squilby Killbitch. Are you on Discord? I made one, but I don't really know how to use it very well. I just use it mainly to post my videos on there. But yeah, I am on there. I think it's under Overboy1992, but it might be under Robbie Long 92. I'm not for sure, because I don't even know for sure if I'm even working it right, to be honest. Next is from Water Bottle, worst movie theater experience. I'm trying to think. I haven't had a lot of really bad ones. I've been lucky on that. I think the worst one I've had was the worst one I've had was when I went with my mom's ex to see the remake of Last House on the Left. It was very, very awkward seeing it with him and everything, and that movie was already hard to watch. I didn't know what it was about. I had never seen the original one and didn't know anything about this movie, and it was hard to get through and everything. So I'd say that was the worst experience. As far as like people being annoying and stuff in the theater, that I would go with either Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. There were a lot of kids there being annoying, and then there was a couple times that this old local theater that I used to go to would have Christmas parties and our holiday festival thing inside the lobby, and then after that was over, everybody who participated in the festival would be allowed to go watch a Christmas movie for free. And I went to that like 2 or 3 years in a row, and a couple of the times it was really bad because the kids were all hyped up on sugar and running around and trying to slide down the stage in front of the screen and stuff. So it was kind of hard to pay attention to the movie. So that time, and then the other time would be seeing Rogue One. There was this guy sitting in front of me that was really, really annoying. He would laugh really loud and be just really annoying, and it totally ruined the experience for me and everything, and even ruined my taste in Rogue One for a while. But yeah, so those are probably the worst experiences I had in the movie theater. But like I said, the worst one would have been Last House on the Left. So next is from Trey. Favorite video game to play with friends. I actually don't play video games a lot with my friends. I don't. Part of it is I don't have a lot of friends to play video games with, and I don't have any game systems. I used to play Halo a lot with one of my friends and everything. I'd love to be able to play that with him again, but like I said, I just don't have any of the game systems to play it. Derek's I hope I said that right. Best dinner on the planet? I don't know. I eat hot links a lot for dinner, to be honest. But like as far as like a home cooked meal or something, I love like chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes. B. Round, movie that you loved as a kid but as an adult isn't as good. The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That movie is aged horribly. I loved it as a kid, and I rewatched it a few months ago because I was getting ready to watch the sequel, We Can Be Heroes, and I was like, man, this movie really has aged poorly. I think it's an okay movie still. I still can enjoy watching it. I just don't really care an awful lot for it. I think it's just an okay movie, but the visual effects and stuff have aged extremely bad, and it just isn't near as good as it was when I was a kid. Next is custom roller coasters. Favorite roller coaster? Probably the Wildcat at Frontier City, which is the amusement park here in Oklahoma. It's owned by Six Flags. There's a lot of good roller coasters there, and I think the other one is the Silver Bullet, and that's the one that goes upside down, but the Wildcat just goes up and down hills really fast and stuff, but I just like that one a lot more and everything. I don't like going upside down and everything, mostly because I always worry that if I have stuff in my pockets I'm going to lose it, and with me wearing glasses and stuff, that's one thing I've always feared about going on a roller coaster, is losing my glasses. Next is Nick. What is the best Shrek movie? I personally think the first one's the best, but I do love all of them and everything. Even the third one, even though the third one definitely is not extremely great. I can get why people don't like it, but I'll talk more about the Shrek movies later this in May, because I'm planning on reviewing all of those for the anniversary of the first one turning 20 this year. So I'll talk more about it when I do my reviews. But yes, I'd say the first one is my favorite. Kelvish Ear, favorite sea shanty? I'm not sure. No, I don't really know on that. Brian Jensen, what's the worst holiday? I'd probably go with Valentine's Day. It just, I've never really liked it, and a lot of bad stuff have happened to me on Valentine's Day. Like, not even to do with like girlfriends or anything, just bad stuff has happened to me and my family on Valentine's Day. So, my grandma died on Valentine's Day, so that makes it hard already, and other personal things have happened. So yeah, that would be the worst one for me. Morty Smith, funniest adult cartoon. I'd probably go with Family Guy. I do like South Park quite a bit too, and some days I would probably say South Park, but I think my favorite is Family Guy. I haven't seen a lot of the newer ones like Rick and Morty, and I haven't really seen very much of Bob's Burgers and stuff. I kind of stopped watching the adult cartoons after a while and everything, but if I had to choose one, I'd go with Family Guy, because it's the one that I do revisit more than I do any of the other ones. And I used to love The Simpsons and stuff, but I feel like they've kind of they're not as good as they used to be. So I'd say Family Guy. Reagan wasted, a favorite U.S. president? George W. Bush. Next few questions are from my MaxiPad loving friend Troy Willis. He said, if you could make a Muppet-style movie with 2 humans and the rest of the characters be MaxiPads, who would you choose to be in it? Your mom. If they make a movie based on... this one's actually not from Troy. He only asked the one question. Okay, sorry. This one's from Miss Sour Egg, my ex-girlfriend. If they make a movie based on Midnight Sun, should the cast come back or should they recast? Midnight Sun is the new Twilight book that's from Edward's perspective instead of Bella's. So, in case y'all were wondering what that is. And should they recast? If they do, who would you cast? Yeah, I think they should recast. I mean, all of the actors are going to be too old to play the characters anyway, and I think if they're going to do it, they just need to recast with fresh faces. Maybe go with unknown people like they did with the original Twilight, because most of the people who are big now from Twilight weren't really famous back then. I think the only person that I could think of that would be a good casting is maybe Olivia Rodrigo as Bella. I think she would be good as Bella, but that's the only one that I could think of that I would fan Next is from my friend Esley from Entertainment Fanatic Reviews. He asked 3 questions. The first one is, if you were to take part in any film universe, what would it be? I'd probably go with Star Wars. Either Star Wars or Harry Potter. Today I would say Star Wars, but if you ask me again tomorrow, it might be Harry Potter. But because those are my 2 favorite franchises, so I'd go with one of them too, or maybe the MCU. Esley, if you were to take part in any... Oh yeah, that's the one I just read, sorry. Next is also from Esley, favorite Star Wars game. I haven't played a lot of them. There was one, I think it was Knights of the Old Republic, that I had on PS2. I liked that one quite a bit. I think that was the one that I had. And like the game for Revenge of the Sith was really good. I really liked that one too. I haven't played any new ones, unfortunately. And then he put, who do you think will win in Godzilla vs. Kong? I'm hoping for Godzilla, to be honest. I think that he probably will be the one to win. He's had the most movies out of this franchise, and I think he has a bigger legacy. And the way they're building up Kong to be a hero and stuff, I have a feeling that Kong's going to end up dying, and Godzilla's going to be the winner, but I could be wrong. Next is from my friend Tyler. He said, do you think studios should keep showing their movies in theaters and on streaming services at the same time? Personally, I'm all for movie theaters. I'd rather watch a movie in the movie theater than just watch it at home on streaming and everything. For right now, until theaters can start working again, I'm okay with it, but I would, like I said, I'd rather see them in the theater and everything. I think the way Warner Brothers is doing it is kind of not fair, though, because I mean, if people get the choice to watch it with no additional cost on streaming, they're gonna, of course, want to watch it at home. I think that you should have to pay to watch it at home too, if that makes sense. Like what Disney is doing with Raya and the Last Dragon, releasing it in theaters and on Disney Plus. Although I don't think you should have to pay $30 to watch it either, like they did with Mulan. I think there should be some kind of middle ground. Maybe make it like the price of a movie ticket or something. The next 3 are from Malcolm Cooper. He said, what do you think about the trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong? It looked really good. I'm really excited for it. I just wish they wouldn't have showed Mechagodzilla in it, because I think that would have been a cool twist to see who the villain is without knowing everything, because now you kind of know what's going to happen in the movie. I predict that they're going to fight for a while, and then they're going to end up having to team up to take down Mechagodzilla and everything, and one of them's going to end up dying. I'm pretty sure it'll be Kong. Because they're making him out to be the hero in the trailers. Next is also from him, favorite Mortal Kombat character. To be honest, I'm not sure. I haven't played Mortal Kombat in probably about 20 years, and haven't seen the movie in years either, so to be honest, I'm not really for sure who my favorite Mortal Kombat character is. I'm planning on revisiting those movies, though, before the new one comes out. And then he said, why do you call yourself Ogre Boy 1992 on YouTube? Well, the Ogre Boy name started back when the first Shrek movie came out. I was obsessed with it and stuff, and the kids at school called me Ogre Boy because of how obsessed I was with Shrek, and the nickname kind of stuck. And when I created the channel, I decided just to go by Ogre Boy because that was one of my nicknames in school as a kid. And I just put 1992 on there because Ogre Boy wasn't available as a username just by itself, and 1992 is the year I was born, so that's the reason I put that one on there. The next ones are from Abby Johnson. She said, "What do you think about Olivia Rodriguez's song Driver's License?" I like that song quite a bit. I really like Olivia Rodrigo in High School Musical, the series. I haven't really seen her in anything else, but I love like the songs that she wrote for the show, and I think she did a really great job with Driver's License. It's a really good song. Then she said, "Do you think Driver's License is about Joshua Bassett?" Probably. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't really know 100%, but I'm pretty sure that song is about him. And then the last three are from Big D, from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. First one is favorite film from the Disney Renaissance era. Easily Beauty and the Beast. I like all of them, especially that one, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Tarzan, Lion King. I really like all of them quite a bit. The only ones that I'm not real crazy for out of the Renaissance era are The Rescuers Down Under and Hercules. And even Hercules I do like, and Rescuers Down Under is the only one that I really don't care a whole awful lot for. I think it's an okay movie, has a great villain and everything, just isn't super great. But it is still kind of underrated too, because like I said, I enjoy it. But I like all of them, but my favorite is Beauty and the Beast. Then he said, favorite John Wayne flick? Probably True Grit. I really love the original version of True Grit and its sequel, Rooster Cogburn. Those two, and then the other one would be The Cowboys. I love all three of those quite a bit. There's other ones that I've seen that I haven't seen in years, and Melintalk is another one that I really like. But there's a lot of his movies that I need to rewatch that I just haven't seen in a long time. But my favorite one, I think, is True Grit. And the last question, also from Big D, is what are you looking forward to seeing in the next Spider-Man MCU flick? Well, I'm really excited to see Alfred Molina back as Doc Ock, and if they go with the Spider-Verse thing, I'm really excited to see Tobey Maguire back. Andrew Garfield, I was never really a huge fan of his movies, but I'm still actually somewhat excited to see him back too. It's going to be cool seeing the three of them interact together, and I hope we get closure for both the Spider-Man movie, both of those Spider-Man franchises. Amazing Spider-Man 3 left off on a cliffhanger and didn't get anything, so I hope that this movie will solve that, and I hope that we'll at least get a little bit more information about like what happened between Peter and MJ in Spider-Man 4, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing how all of this ties into WandaVision and all these other upcoming MCU movies and shows and stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. It's the one out of the Phase 4 stuff that I'm most excited for. But anyway, thank you all for your questions. I was going to say, instead of making another video announcing my February Q&A, if you want, you can, if you have more questions and stuff, you could leave them in the comments on this video. And I'll probably go ahead and make another one later in the month just to make sure that I have enough questions before I do my next Q&A video on the last Friday of February. But thank you all, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I answered the questions as good as I could. I hope you all liked the answers, and have a good day, everybody.